Hi, Arnie with Bendtsen Speed Gyms, and today we're going to talk a little bit about a Packard. And with that, I'm going to introduce Bob, our master technician. He's going to take us through the Packard engine and the kit installation.
Hi again. Well, today we're talking about not just any Packard, but this. We actually have a Packard here in the shop that we've done a conversion on. We're still doing some work on it, but we'll walk over and take a look at the car. But I thought we'd show you the engine and the adapter first because I have the exact same engine that's in the car sitting here. It's a lot of you guys probably don't know it, but Packard made the first 327 cubic inch 4-barrel engine. So when you say 327, what pops into your mind is a Chevy V8 from the early 60s. But here's the Packard Straight 8 327 4-barrel engine. I'm going to show you the kit. The adapter kit that we have going to Chevrolet transmissions, and the one that we're going to show you has a 700R4 in it, and since then we've decided to change it out to a 4L60E. It has a mini high torque starter, so of course all the Packards with the straight 8s had 6-volt positive ground systems in them, so we had to change the car over to 12-volt negative ground, which isn't as hard as you think. I don't know if we have time to really highlight that whole conversion today, but it's really not a big deal. It comes with the adapter plate, of course, crank adapter, flex plate, mini high torque starter, and it works really well. We've put a number of these in already. I don't know, Carly, if you want to take a look at, it's got the Thunderbolt, Packard Thunderbolt head with the 327 on here. So that's the engine, that's the adapter. Let's go look at the car. Well, here we are through the magic of editing. But we've appeared at the 53 Packard we were just talking about. This car belongs to a guy who's got a couple of pretty nice Packards, and we're doing the mechanical on this one before he does the body. The body's not bad, but it needs a little bit. We've already converted this to a 700R4. We've already converted it to 12-volt start. The car still runs mostly on 6-volt though. This car happens to have power steering, power brakes, and power windows, and a power seat, along with the top, of course. And for you people that don't know Packards real well, it's hydraulic windows and a hydraulic seat. It's not electric, it's hydraulic. They're not the only ones that did that. I had a 46 Ford in here that had that. But if you want to take a look here at how we've done some of that, I can touch on that quick. That's really not something that we sell as a kit, but I just thought I'd show it to you. What we did is we put an alternator on it, which was fairly simple. And then what we do is we put two 6-volt batteries in parallel, or in series, in series. And we just draw a 6-volt to run the car off the first 6-volt battery, but we charge the system as 12-volt, and then the start system is 12-volt. So it makes it fairly simple. Obviously the batteries don't look stock, but you could put a cover on that and it wouldn't be any big deal. This is a 327 straight 8 like we showed you in the video. I'll lift the thing up and show you what we've done to it underneath. Come on over here and we'll look at the adapter on the back of the engine. Just to show you that it fits in this tunnel really well. There's no tunnel modifications whatsoever. It's the 700R4 that we put in this car. The cross member was a simple modification. We didn't even have to make a cross member. We just simply modified this one a little bit. You can see the tab that was added. It goes in the stock location. This is actually one of the easier conversions. The kit goes on real easy. The transmission fits in the car, no problem at all. Shifter linkage was fairly easy. One of the tougher parts is the drive shaft. The Packard used that trunnion type front U-joint, and you can't reuse that, so the shaft has to be completely remade, the whole tube, so you can get the 27 spline GM yoke on it. And then we continue to use the Packard rear, which is a little bit of an odd U-joint. So we got it a little bit of work there. Another thing we learned is once we put this transmission in the car and the owner drove it for a little bit, the brakes weren't up to it. So now we got a car that drives down the road pretty well, and the brakes were a little inadequate. So I don't know if you want to show this. We just ended up putting in this right here. We just ended up putting in this Hydro Boost system. And in order to do that, all you guys that are into Packards, you know the original boost system and master cylinder assembly is pretty tight underneath the steering column in the front of these things. Actually, that system was used on Lincolns back in the early 50s. It's a good system, but it's hard to keep them working now, 75 years later. So what we did is we cut the frame up and put in a fulcrum assembly to redirect the force. You know, we figured out the about a 7-to-1 ratio. So now we're redirecting that force back to this hydraulic boost underneath the driver's seat. Those things just work great. That's the best system I've ever seen. This thing brakes better than my new car. So anyway, if you have any questions about doing this conversion, you know, over and above what we've already talked about, you can call us at 763-767-4480. You can look online, and we've got the kit and the installation instructions. There's not a lot about doing some of this work because this is fairly custom work, but you're welcome to call up and I'll talk to you about it. www.transmissionadapters.com. You can see all that information. Thanks for watching.